down and then come back up. A career best for the Chrysler team, 1.98 seconds. Now, Jerry, that would be the quickest run of any other event, and it won't even qualify here.
Unbelievable competition. This is Bud Jeep. James Cole doing the driving. Gets it stopped.
Now, Jerry, we're seeing more and more drivers head down into that shutdown area. What's going on here?
Well, the track's getting a little bit sloppy down there at the far end, and they're sliding a little bit further toward that DQ line.
1.95 seconds for the Budweiser Funny Car Jeep, and it won't get in the field. I can't even believe I'm saying that, Jerry.
I'm amazed that nobody has gone over that disqualification line yet. Stub East T, Jody Kelly behind the controls. We've seen him quite a few times here on the ESPN shows.
Been doing a great job holding his own in the top 10 in the World Points Championship from Atlanta, Georgia. The supercharged 1923 Ford T Roadster can put down some numbers.
Jody gets it sure is. Good run.
Hard on the brakes, and he just makes it. No question about it, it's getting sloppy down there, as every one of these drivers now has to just pray that they can stop it within 80 feet. Look at this, another 1 second elapsed time. Kelly gets thrown around in the cockpit on a 1.95 second shot, and it won't get in.
We'll be right back, so stay with us. We're back, and look at this one, Bret, a full-bodied funny car.
Mark WATROS of the Michigan Off-Road Center sponsored Ford Thunderbird with supercharged Ford power. And if the car looks familiar, it's the same that took Mark Oswald to a 1987 IHRA Nitro Funny Car World Championship on the drag strip.
More and more drivers going to these full-bodied cars.
And that's what the crowd really likes, I think. They like to see the Fords, the Chevys, the Pontiacs, everything else.
Great run.
Now, looked like WATROS may have been a little concerned about how slippery that shutdown area was getting, Jerry. As you pointed out, it's getting slippery. It looked like he shut the throttle off well before the finish line. 557 cubic inches of supercharged Ford. Watch the tires. Yeah, he was out of the throttle an honest 6-7 feet before the finish, and 2.16 seconds won't get him anywhere near this field. We've already seen an all-time record 8 entries under 2 flat.
Oh, look at this beautiful little machine. It's like a pro stock Kevin Polish, the Hoosier Hustler.
How about a 1989 IROC Z28 Camaro? Carbureted, big block Chevy, on nitrous oxide. There you see the nitrous oxide purge. This is what they like.
A beautiful machine.
4-wheel drive Pro modified on the starting line.
Good run, but not quite enough horsepower.
It almost looked like the car spun the tires off the starting line. The nose may have dipped. It looked like he broke the front end here during this run somewhere. Let's watch if it digs in somewhere. A couple of backfires, and it looks like just mud spraying up through the wheel wells broke the front end fiberglass on Cole. The elapsed time won't be good enough to get in.
All right, pulling to the line now. Expect no mercy. This is Todd Marriott.
Mud Racer's choice of horsepower, the big blue canister housing the nitrous oxide. Takes a record 1.90 seconds run to get in the quick 4 shootout.
Good run, but something happened.
Boy, there's no question that would have been a pass. Now, interestingly, the car left the starting line well, but then something shut off. It could have been the new kill switch that Todd Marion was utilizing this weekend. Now, they've already started, while we're watching this replay, to tow the car back to the starting line. Apparently, Marion will get another chance at this because of a brand new one-of-a-kind kill switch that he's using, Jerry.
The officials determined that it was not his fault, and so they're going to give him another shot at it.
Now, Well, this is basically a solid state type kill switch rather than the pull type we normally use, so we'll see what happens this time.
Todd Marion, a good run.
Well, I'll tell you, he came right back with a beauty, didn't he? No question about it. The machine worked perfectly this time, even carrying a little extra weight with the mud from the first run. Straight as an arrow, skimming the surface with the front wheels, 2.06 seconds. He shuts it off right at the finish line. It's an excellent run. Unfortunately, it still won't qualify for this incredibly quick field.
All right, oh, look at this bright red machine. This is the TNT racer, T-Ray.
T-Ray out of Kentucky. He campaigns at this event every single year with his fuel-injected Chevy-powered Jeep funny car. Obviously a good looker.
Oh, you'll see this machine coming through the bog.
That's the nitrous oxide system being purged, checking that extra oxygen is going to the motor.
Good run, but I don't think it's quite fast enough.
Boy, again, we're seeing more people slide down towards that disqualification boundary at the end of the shutdown area. And again, Jerry, we're looking at ruts developing. That's becoming a problem. T-Ray really had to manhandle that machine through there. 2.07 seconds, bouncing all over the place. Not good enough to qualify for the Grand Slam shootout.
All right, the American-made Jim Weber. This is a strong running machine.
The national ET record holder at 1.81 seconds, and the Milwaukee driver with supercharged Chevy power has to know that this track can hold world record times.
Let's see how he's going to handle that far end with it getting real slick down there. Lots of wheel speed, and he makes it.
Man, that was close, and Jim Weber knows it. He was on the brakes hard. A little bit of tire spin off the line, but look at him steering out of the ruts and then getting sucked right back into them. 1.93 seconds, and it won't qualify, but look at this man trying to stop this thing. In fact, he was trying to spin that car out, Jerry. He had those wheels cranked, trying to get a little extra distance to spin.
All right, our next racer pulling to the line. This is the Mudbuster with Mark Green.
A truck that we have said for the last 3 years on ESPN has one of the best working suspensions in mud racing. Another Wisconsin driver, fuel-injected Chevy power.
Withdrawing his starting position this far down into the field, he's going to need that advantage. Lots of power, and he gets it stopped.
He does indeed, but I'll tell you, from our one starting line angle, you could see a lot of tire spin. Let's see if it shows up on the replay. Oh, yeah, he had the wheel spinning big time before the thing ever started moving forward. Rather off-pace effort from our Green, 2.19 seconds. That vehicle has been down around 2 flat and 80 feet. And again, when you're looking at the quickest field in U.S. Hobbit Association mud racing history, you'd better come up with some numbers.
All right, this is BYRON TINKEY, Bad Habit. A find window coupe, and BYRON knows his way around. This is an excellent driver on a strong running machine.
The last winner we saw on our U.S. Hobbit Association ESPN coverage, he won the event in Worcester, Massachusetts, his first in a long time. He'd love to repeat.
And he shuts off early.
Again, that may have been a kill switch problem. BYRON uses a standard type kill switch, and because this mud is so sticky, he still goes through at 2.07 seconds, almost out of bounds. If the kill switch problem affected the vehicle, it would have killed the power past the halfway. And under normal circumstances, the officials won't give you another shot unless you lose power before the 20-foot mark.
Tom Marsh with the Intruder rolling to the line.
Another Ohio driver here in front of his hometown crowd. Traveling companion of Chad Miller and the Instant T. They travel together across the country.
Visor down in place, and he's just about ready to go. Strong run! Whoa!
Almost taking it off the course. I don't think he thought he had enough room to stop, but we saw a couple of pops and bangs during the run. Maybe able to see him on this head-on shot. 2.19 seconds. will not get him in. Boy, he was nearly thrown out of bounds by those ruts down at the finish line. All four wheels off the ground at one point, and Todd Marsh doesn't have to worry about being a part of the Grand Slam shootout. Well, we still got more action, Jerry.
Coming up, the monster trucks.
Their first round of eliminations next.
Don't go away. Stay with us. Series finals at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago on Friday and Saturday night, November 30th and December 1st. I can hardly wait to see who's going to turn out on top.
That's for sure. Here's the way they'll line up. It'll be number one qualifier Rob Morris and four-wheel crazy against Evil Force, Ray Perkowski's tow truck.
And we got the Predator with Alan Pizzo driving, going against Jack Willman and Taurus.
It's going to be interesting to see Jack Willman come from the dead last qualifying spot, especially against a young man who is obviously tough. Alan Pizzo qualified number 2 for this show. Here's your number one qualifier, though, Rob Morris out of Dallas, Texas, the four-wheel crazy. And I shouldn't say Dallas. He's actually from Fort Worth or right in between there. But he's up against the heavyweight.
That's right, 20,000 pounds heavy. Evil Force, Ray Perkowski, is from St. Louis. Unbelievable height on that tow truck.
Isn't that incredible? 22,000 pounds, 15 feet in the air. And Rob Morris didn't have it that easy. He was mighty crossed up down at the finish line. It looked like Perkowski may have gotten a slight hole shot here, but watching the right side of your straight, you want to talk about a sailing piece of equipment. Unbelievable. Now you see Rob Morris on the left doing a nosedive and a bounce with the rear end coming around to the right. It was a pretty wild ride for the number one qualifier, but the four-wheel crazy goes to the next round.
Let's take another look at four-wheel crazy now. Rob Morris.
I think if you watch inside the cockpit, you'll also see Rob getting thrown around quite a bit on this landing. A little bit higher than he normally goes, but you see the rear end come around to the left and then back around to the right. That was a wild ride.
Oh, these monster trucks are so hard on these drivers. It's incredible.
You know, the safety equipment that these drivers have started to wear doesn't just include a helmet. It's kidney belts and everything else. It's a rough ride.
Alan Pizzo, the Predator, the blue truck on the far side, going against Jack Willman and Taurus.
Seen two Fords battle out. Now it's two Chevrolets side by side. But remember, where we would normally consider Taurus the overwhelming favorite in this matchup, he had problems in qualifying. He was dead last qualifier. The Predator actually has the advantage.
No question in this